Vandalism, particularly in historical sites, is a distressing act that not only disrespects the cultural heritage of a nation, but it also erodes our collective history. And the recent incident involving a British tourist who was caught red handed and is in various newspapers today uh, is just one of a growing number who have been caught adding to the graffiti of Pompeii and Roman ruins. I think last year there was stuff about people scribbling things in the Colosseum. It wasn't called the Colosseum, of course, in ancient Rome. It was simply called the amphitheatre, I think. But the recent incident involves a British tourist who was carving his initials on the Temple of the Vestals in Pompeii. And it's a stark reminder of how such actions can have serious consequences. The 37-year-old man, whose thoughtless act was meant to immortalise his family's visit, now faces substantial fines and legal repercussions under Italy's stringent cultural heritage laws. His attempt to leave a personal mark has inspired outrage and highlighted the delicate balance between preserving the past and engaging with it. While modern graffiti is an act of selfishness, unless you're Banksy, and even then his cat seems to have been taken away, it's fascinating to contrast this with the graffiti left by Romans themselves. Ancient Roman graffiti, particularly the examples found in Pompeii, offers an intriguing insight into the lives, the thoughts, the humour of the people who lived nearly 2,000 years ago. Cacetor sic valius ut tu hoc locum trasea. Defecator. I hope everything turns out for you so that you can leave this place. Well, it's not going to happen to the fellow who was writing things on the wall without him paying a fair amount of money. There's so many interesting inscriptions on the walls around Pompeii. We two dear men, friends forever, were here. If you want to know our names, Gaius and Aulus. Simple inscription, scratched on the wall by two friends sharing a drink. It offers a touching personal connection to the past. It tells us that, much like today, people sought to leave their mark, to be remembered, even if only by those who might stumble across their words centuries later, like people looking at a desk and finding that the students have written something in the desk. Another example of Roman graffiti. There's some which a little cruder. There's one found in Pompeii's brothel district. I rogered the barmaid. Loose translation. It's coarse, and this inscription provides insight into the social and sexual mores of the time. These pieces of graffiti serve as a raw, unfiltered window into the lives of ordinary Romans, offering truths about their social interactions, beliefs, even their sense of humour. There's one, nothing can last forever. It reflects his sense of impermanence and perhaps a resignation to the transient nature of life. Life was bitter and life was short, a theme that resonates even more when we consider the fate of Pompeii itself. And these ancient markings, however quickly scribbled or incised, they differ vastly from the vandalism perpetrated by the British tourist. The former has become an invaluable cultural artifact, and the latter, which helps us to understand the Roman world, and the latter is a thoughtless act that detracts from our ability to appreciate and learn from these historical sites. What is underneath where he is where he's scribbling? Because not everything, archaeologists are still working to uncover. And you don't want somebody scribbling or incising their own initials on this huge work of art, this huge site. So while Roman graffiti holds immense value in unearthing truths from the past, modern graffiti unearths the truths from the present. That the what is it? That the British on tour are not to be trusted. I mean, it sends out an appalling signal about us, doesn't it? The British tourist's attempt to carve his name into history, ironically, will be remembered not for the legacy he sought to create, but for the legal and cultural backlash that he has provoked. His actions remind us of the importance of respecting and preserving our shared heritage, allowing future generations to learn from and be inspired by the past. True historical significance is not found in the reckless defacement of ancient sites, but in the thoughtful preservation and study of authentic voices of history. Whatever their impulse and whatever their motivation, that is in the past. Our motivation should be to respect it.